In this video, I'm going to demonstrate creating a ditch corridor model when changes are required to the roadway corridor model. And so this requires two different steps. First step, to create the revised fill slope for the roadway corridor, and then the ditch corridor itself. So in this case, the existing corridor model has a 4:1 slope. I need a 2:1 slope on this. I need to revise this from a 4:1 slope to a 2:1 slope, and then place a lateral ditch at that new toe slope location, that new slope stake line. All right, so first step, I'm going to create that corridor model just for that revised fill slope line. So I'll go under, this is under the corridors tab, new corridor. At the prompt, locate corridor baseline, I'm going to select a roadway corridor. For the profile, I will select profile 2. And I'm going to give this a name. I'm going to call this new fill slope. And sometimes happens in this process. You need to kickstart the process to go ahead and create a new, to make it ask you for a template drop. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right, back into the process here. So the template that I'm going to select is up in this category, fill slopes. I'm on the left side, so I'll select that one. Confirm that selection. Enter in my start and stop stations. And accept 5 feet as the drop interval. All right. Hard to see, but there it is. It's just a simple slope component. I need now to apply a point control to move that template, that corridor model for that fill slope from the roadway baseline out to the shoulder break point. So I'll go up to Edit, create point control. Locate corridor, so I want to find my little corridor over there. Select that. I will accept 1646 as the start and 1940 as the end. I'm going to keep that description shift corridor because that's what this point control is doing. It's going to shift this corridor from here out to the shoulder point. The point that I want to change is the ditch control line. And I will keep that at both because I want it to follow this corridor feature horizontally and vertically. I'm going to use my corridor feature. I'm going to select that as my control type. And the corridor that I'm using is the roadway corridor. There's a feature of the roadway corridor. So I'll select the corridor handle for the roadway corridor. And then the reference feature for the shoulder point is called GB underbar N, right there. It's that feature right there. And then accept the rest of the inputs. And there it is. It's now been shifted over, and so that's the new fill slope. And that creates a new slope stake line that I can now use for placing my lateral ditch, which will be in the next step. Before I do that, what if I want to change this fill slope? The default for the template is 2:1. What if I want to change it to something else? What you can do is go to your template drop and select Edit Template Drop. I could apply a parametric constraint, but this is a simpler way of doing this. So now that I've opened this up, this is the template drop that's being used for my corridor model for the fill slope. Go to Active Template, find the parametric constraint for the fill slope and double click on it. That's the default value, 50%. So if I wanted to change this to 3-to-1, I could put in 33%, 4-to-1, 25%, etc. So that's how you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and keep the default value. So the next step is to go ahead and create my ditch. I'm going to go to corridors, new corridor. At the prompt locate corridor baseline, I'm going to select the new fill slope stake line in the plan view window. Okay, that's the new one right there. Select that. I'm going to reset for active profile. I'm going to give this a name. Now I need to pick a template for my ditch corridor model. Go to lateral ditches under DDE. I'm on the left side, and I'll use a riprap trapezoidal ditch using Class B riprap. Accept that selection. I'm going to apply this to my entire corridor. In this case, the stationing is the stationing of the new slope stake line that I selected. So I can lock this to start and lock this to end. Go ahead and accept those. And use the 5-foot interval. There's the new lateral ditch, which is now tied to my relocated slope stake line. So this process, by placing this here, I create a new slope stake line from my revised fill slope. And now I've tied my lateral ditch to that.